Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and oh my god, it's so scary to hold XRP. Well, thanks for this headline, Peter Brandt, trading guru. My gosh, I tell you what, before I even read the freaking headline, I just want to say this. I really hope I never get so bitter in life that I reach the point where I think it doesn't make sense to trust people like family and friends and also businesses. Because what are businesses anyway? Businesses are people, right? I understand there can be bad actors. I got that. But man, just to be at this level of not trusting, I just hope that I never get there. Because to me, it's more about when you're determining whether or not you should trust somebody, maybe look at their actions, right? Not just what they say, but their actions, because the actions are even more important. And so when we're considering what Ripple is doing as a cheerleader within the XRP ecosystem, well, it's looking pretty good to me. Little moon Lambo here. But here's the headline. Trading guru Peter Brandt trashes XRP due to Ripple being the biggest XRP holder. This is not the first time that Peter Brandt has gone off. Just really frequent. It actually happens pretty freaking frequently, actually. Freaking frequently. He just decides to go off about XRP and Ripple. It's like he cannot stop thinking about them. I don't understand why. He even said that he was never going to tweet about them ever again earlier this year. It may have been March or so. I covered that too. And I was like, we'll see if that lasts. It didn't last. Spoiler alert, didn't last. He's still going off about it. All right, so to be clear, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a financial background. I'm just definitely not offering financial advice. Don't buy or sell because of me. I just make videos about this so that I can engage with the XRP community. It's interesting to me. It's a very fun hobby. It's great making YouTube videos, all that jazz. Just want to be clear that is all that it is so that nobody thinks I'm someone or something that I'm not. Also, go ahead, if you would please, and delicately tap the like button. I would definitely appreciate the support. And subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel, because if you do, you will become more intelligent and physically more attractive. Well, how about those for some perks? All right, let's jump in now. The renowned old-school trader who expanded his expertise from the stock market to crypto and keeps an eye on Bitcoin and some other top coins stated that he does not trust the XRP market since it features a massive bag holder. Ripple, the company holds more than half of all XRP coins. Now, let me ask you, if I could, just go ahead and shout out the answer if you care to. When you invested in XRP initially, did you know how much XRP Ripple held? For those of you that said yes, great, you did your research. For those of you that said no, well, shame on you. You should have done more research. but no, seriously though, even if you didn't know, even if you're one of the people that didn't and you didn't, go through the proper steps of due diligence, when you found out, you had the option to sell if it bothered you. And maybe for some people it did bother them. Maybe some people are like, yeah, I don't want to have a benevolent whale. But for me, just looking at the way that Ripple's treating the market, because think about it logically. They have Ripple has the most to lose. If XRP goes south, they have the most to lose. They're going to do everything they can to support healthy XRP markets for infinity, as long as they can. It doesn't make any sense for them to do anything but that. And so, while that's not literally a guarantee, and you could have bad actors come in and muck it up in some sort of way that we couldn't even foresee right now, okay, fine. But how about the way they're actually behaving today? Might that matter a bit? Because I see Peter Brandt spreading stuff like this, and I'm just like, my gosh, you're spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and it's not based off any sort of grounding in reality. And so here's the actual thread right here. Maybe I'll just jump in. Scroll. Yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh. So here's the tweet that resulted in this story. Peter Brandt jumped in here. There's a thread. I'm not going to go through all of this, but it doesn't matter for the purpose of what I'm covering here. But Peter Brandt chimed in and wrote, "Call me old-fashioned, but I have never trusted a market that features a huge bag holder. This is what we have with XRP." And so then you have this response from the Sweater Bear, who wrote, "Bag holders like this, and I saw this chart, and I was like, it's not labeled." And he goes on to cite here that it's that chart is gold after 1980. By the way, pretty sure there were a few big bag holders too. Okay, what about Bitcoin though? You're very pro Bitcoin, Mr. Brent. Never trusted a market that features a huge bag holder. Doesn't Satoshi Nakamoto have like quite literally 1 million Bitcoin? They haven't moved since basically the inception. It's like since they were mined, basically. Right? Isn't that the consensus of the crypto community that he actually has that much? Is that not a massive bag holder to you? Come on, like it just seems like, what are we being honest here? Are we being disingenuous? And then somebody named President Know-It-All on the Twitters jumped in and wrote, considering there are so-called bags have gone into expanding the ecosystem, I think you may be rather short-sighted. And so far they've been more honest than all the others involved in crypto. Tell me, who is Satoshi? What will he do with his coins? Are they tied to a contract? Exactly, and so Ripple gets verbally torn apart all the time, but they are the most transparent company in all of blockchain, bar none. There isn't even a close second. Somebody named Mark then responded to that last tweet and wrote, good point. Peter trusts the mystery of an unknown man who would be a billionaire bag holder over a transparent company who have a use case for greatly reducing cross-border payments. Exactly. And I just, with the level of transparency here, I just not seen what the problem is. I don't get it. And for those that legitimately have a problem, well, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you for having a problem with it, if and choosing to not invest. But when you're spreading fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and especially if you're in a position that's noteworthy, with, for instance, Peter Brandt here, who has, let's check now, 374,400 followers on the Twitters. Wow. And that's why, like, you got to call this stuff out when you see it. And look, I'm not taking anything away from him. I don't doubt that he's a very talented trader. He's got a storied career going back several decades. Not taking that from the man whatsoever. I suspect that if you got that many followers, you probably earned them. So that's cool. So he built trust with a lot of people. But then I see this, and it just seems so disingenuous. Like, check this out. Here's another tweet from Peter Brandt in this thread. Who has benefited most? The people who trusted the bag holders, or the people who trusted the mystery man? Price tells the truth. Kool-Aid dulls the senses. And what did he share here? A chart. This is an XRP/BTC chart. Now, to me, here's why it's this guy knows more about trading than I ever will. I'm not interested in learning how to trade. I love to research fundamentals, all this and that. I love, like I keep saying, it's just engaging with the XRP community. Like, that's what makes this actually fun to run this channel as a hobby. So, not pretending to know how to read charts, but I know enough to know that XRP, out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies, is generally, almost always, the least correlated to Bitcoin in terms of price action. He has to know this. It goes through periods where it's more highly correlated. I've covered that on the channel too, when stories and data has popped up, and I think it's interesting. I'm happy to share that with everybody. But he has to know this stuff. He knows charts way better than me. He has to know this stuff, right? Because again, I'm giving him credit for his actual legitimate talent when it comes to trading. I'm actually not doubting that. But you're talking about showing this XRP/Bitcoin chart and not giving full context. That's the part that starts to seem disingenuous to me. That's the part where I'm like, why are you doing that? Now, it's because he has a narrative where Ripple bad, XRP bad. Okay, I got that. So that's the real reason, but I don't care for that, because the truth is that historically XRP has just lagged behind Bitcoin in terms of price action. And that's why, and my favorite example, until something more awesome than this happens, which might, is in 2017, from May to roughly mid-December, XRP was very range-bound in terms of trade activity until it wasn't. It just went, and so in terms of price relative to Bitcoin, it's like XRP was on the decline, because it was just changing in range-bound. But then it did follow Bitcoin's price action, which historically it always has, and it just took off from 20-something cents to almost $4 freaking. And so it's just tough, because like I would like to be able to trust everything that a talented trader says, but then when you're mixing your own opinions in here based on like a flawed conceptual understanding of like just fundamentals, that makes it tough. That makes it tough for me, And so certainly, and also, to be clear, nothing personal against Peter Brandt whatsoever. That's why, like, I'm happy to acknowledge like that he's probably a genuinely skilled trader. It's just like, why throw the personal bias into charts? You know, because you're not steering people in a genuine way if you're bringing this up without any additional context. I don't like that. But he's been doing this forever. Like, here's a piece from You Today from June 5th. I'm not really going to cover it other than the tweet that they highlighted here where Peter Brandt wrote. Here we go. Somebody named Francisco Roque. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Whatever. On the Twitters wrote, why XRP is not 0.00000 however many zeros 13 yet, LOL. And then Peter Brant responded, patience please, as if it's going to get to that. Like, so it'll go below, because its all-time low, I think, was 0.002 cents. That's, I believe, the all-time low for XRP, 0.002 cents. And this guy's saying when 0.00000, and so on. And so Peter Brant says, patience please, it will come. XRP is manipulated scam. Oh my gosh. Because it's either the case that he genuinely believes it, and perhaps he does, or he doesn't, which I don't even know which is worse, man, because it's either like you're uninformed or you're misleading people. It's like, my God, manipulated scam. How is it that Ripple is tricking like dozens of central banks into having business relationships with them and conversations? Like, how is this possible? It just makes no sense in the world here. All right, well, I'll just leave it there. But I'm going to call this crap out. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.